Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got another video for you. It sounds weird saying that, I'm not saying review, but it's a different type of video for once. A lot of people have been crying out for me to try different types of videos and do different types, and I've always wanted to, but obviously on a limited budget, limited setup of only a console. It has a little bit hard for me, but I'm going to try my best, so if you do enjoy them, please do like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to my channel. But this time we are ranking every single icon attacker in the game. Now obviously this is non-special attackers. This is about 52 I think it is in the game. Now that's all players that should be attackers. I'm not including like Hully and stuff like that. This is centre forward as his base position because he isn't actually a centre mid. But every attacker that should be an attacker I've got in this video. So if there's anyone I've missed it, I probably should have done. Let me know down in the comments down below. But other than that, I've got nothing more to say. So let's start the video and I'll see you on the first one. So I'm sure you all know how tier lists work, but I've got my own little spin on these because I don't like doing the same content as everyone else. All very similar ones. I like to do my own little twist on it. So on the Scrabble of a page you see right now, top left you've got the stats like height, work rate, skills, weak foot and preferred foot. Now the middle top you've got the playstyle pluses, etc. and stuff like that. Top right you've got the chemistry style, you've got preferred position, and you've also got alternate position. Obviously at the bottom you've got the in-game stats, just so you know what I'm referring to when I'm talking in detail on the card and what you should do and etc and stuff like that. So first one is Nedved then. So Nedved obviously 5'10", you've got the high medium work rate, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. Now he's got a few good play styles. I'm not going to go too in detail on every card, otherwise we'll be here for hours. But he's got a few alternate positions as well. He's got a few decent stats here and there. But overall, he's not really a top tier card. He is a little bit average in terms of pace, in terms of agility and stuff like that, and composure. So overall, I'm going to put him as a C tier card. So next up is Frank Ribery. Now as you know, Frank Ribery is so good in the game. He's got really good playstyles, technical, quick step, Travella. He's got 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, insane stats, really good pace, really good dribbling, really good passing. He's just an all-round really good card, and especially when you combine it with that Hunter Chem style and playing on the left, it's really nice to go hand in hand. So overall for this, I'm going to give him an A tier card. Now on to one of the new icons this year, Zico. Now Zico is obviously really good this year. 5-star skills, 5-star weak for technical plus. Can play centre mid, cam centre forward. Got agility, passing, shooting. He's got a lot, and this is such good card, especially since he has long ball pass as well as shooting and also dribbling attributes. It goes really nicely together. So overall this, I think there's no surprise. He's going to be an S tier card for me. So next up is Badger. Now Badger's got a little bit of a weird card. It's not really the most meta of cards. He's got low agility and stuff like that, but he also does have technical plus to go with it, which is very odd. Low shot power, but also really high shooting. It's just a very weird card. He's got the 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot to go with it. He's got long ball pass finesse. It's a very odd card, but it's also quite a good card in game. I've used it. Like most of these cards I've used, and it's a little bit of a weird one. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like a top tier card. So overall for this, I'm going to give it a B. Now, I do think that is fair. I don't think he's anything above that, but he is still quite a good card to use. Now, next up is a card I don't think anyone particularly wants to use. Obviously, if you're going to use his new card, the centre mid one, it's going to be quite good, but this one is so bad. He's got 4-star skills, 4-star weakness, to be fair. Playstyles are awful. You can only play the central as in a striker centre forward, and his stats are very lackluster. No pace, no agility, no passing. It's a very mid-tier card, and I feel like anyone that packed him out, the icon pack or anything like that, is going to be an L. He's a D tier card. I don't think there's any change in that, to be honest. Now, next on the agenda is Riquelme. Now, obviously, no more Riquelme is not a good card to use. He's got the 5-star skills, to be fair. He's got the 4-star weak foot. He's got not bad playstyles. He's got incisive. He's got Travella. But some of the attributes here are so mid-tier. He's got no alternate position. He's got really bad pace, really bad agility. Overall, stamina as well. It's just a really average card. And if you do get him out of the icon back, luckily it's no troll of Maradona anymore. Rest in peace. But he's still very mid, and you don't want to be packing him. So overall, it's going to be a D tier card for me. Now, next up on the list is Bobby Charlton. Now, this card obviously is a very good card, even if it does hurt me, say, as a City fan. So he's 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. He's got preferred for the left foot. He's got playstars in abundance, really good ones as well. He's obviously got not bad alternate positions as well. Stats, really good overall. Very balanced, well-rounded card. Good agility, good pace, good shooting, really good stamina. Overall, it's just a very consistent, nice card. So overall for this, I'm going to put him in A tier. So next up is Drogba. Now, Drogba's not a meta card, as we all know, But if you do know how to use this Drogba card, he can be utilised very well. He's got a very good playstyle setup for a target man or a hold-up man. Obviously, same with his stats. He's got low agility, so like that, really high strength, really high shooting, not really the best at passing, and obviously alternate positions aren't really there for him. But, as I've just said, if you can utilise him as a hold-up man, I don't think he's that bad of a card. So, overall, I'm going to put him in B tier. He's not bad, he's not amazing, I feel like he's just an average card to be there. Now, next up for me is Laudrup. Now, this is one of the ones, right, where his card actually isn't too bad for the caliber of card it is. He's 4-star, 4-star, got not bad stats overall. Playstyles are a little bit here and there, and also same with the alternatives, although he does have one centrally, one wide, which is quite nice. I just feel like it's a very average card. I don't really feel like a lot of people will be using him. But with that being said, I don't think he's as bad as like the Riquelmes or the Trezeguets of the world. I just feel like he's there. So overall, I'm going to put him in C tier. I do think that's fair. I don't think he's too bad, but I just don't think he's usable to it, the aspect of the others. Now, next on the list is Pires. Now, Pires, when the Finesse Plus was good, actually wasn't even that bad of a card. I probably would have put him in a higher tier. But considering he's 6'2", got medium work rate, he's not really the best skills weak for. Playstyles are actually quite good. He's got very good ones overall. Technical, quick step, incisive, finesse, all quite good ones. But he's really slow on the ball. Not even that good with shot power or anything like that. Agility is low. Stamina's low. Overall for this, he is just a D tier card, unfortunately. As I said, with that finesse plus, would have been higher. But overall, I just don't think so at the minute. Now, next up is Kaka. Now, Kaka is obviously a very flary card. Very nice to use. 5-star skills. Rapid plus. Got very nice playstyles overall. Unfortunately, only has a cam position as preferred position, which is really annoying because I have one of my mates that use him. And obviously, it's very frustrating because only a few cards have cams in their formation. So you're only limited to a few ones you can start, which obviously can get frustrating when you want to use a good card like Kaka. But overall for this, I'm going to put him in A tier. I don't think I'm any higher than that because SD cards are only the God cards. But I don't really think he's bad either. I think you can utilize the skills really nicely with him. Now, next up for me is Larson. Now, Larson is one of them cards which doesn't even look bad on base stats. So he's got 87 pace, 86 shooting, 87 agility, but 3-star, 4-star. Lack of playstyle pluses as well. Only play essentially. You know what's coming next. He's not an amazing card. I have used him. I've used pretty much 85% of these cards, all played against them, so it's probably more like 95. But this card is just pretty average overall. It's a D tier card. I don't really think it's any higher, purely because he hasn't got the skills or anything like stand out about the card. So it is just a little bit of an annoying one for me. So next is Johan Cruyff. Now, Johan Cruyff, everyone knows how good he is. 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. Got the Trivela, got tiki-taka and incisive, especially as a striker. That's really nice to have the bounce between other attackers. Really good pace, shooting, passing, dribbling. You know the drill of this card. Very good. He doesn't have any alternate positions, but this card is an S tier card. Everyone knows it. I wish he had a few like more stamina or anything like that, or maybe like technical, rapid, or quick step or anything like that. But with that being said, he is still a very good card overall, and obviously is an S tier card. Now, next is going to be a bit of a weird one. It's Stoichkov. Now, Stoichkov is always a little bit of a weird card. He's either a really good one yet or really bad. Now, this year, he's actually quite good. Technical plus this card, along with finesse. He doesn't have any quick step rapid or anything like that. But very consistent stats overall. 90 pace, 91 shooting, 90 dribbling. Good passing and good physical. Overall, got playstyles as well. Got positions. 4-star, 3-star is a little bit of a letdown, especially on that weak foot, because you're going to be a lot of position on that right foot, and you are going to be missing a few chances. But with that being said, I think he is a B tier card. I don't think he's bad. I just don't really think he's as level as the A tier cards. Next up for me is Hugo Sanchez. Now, Hugo Sanchez has always been a weird icon for me. He's got 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, which already isn't a good start. The playstyles, he has no meta ones, should we say. They're all very weird ones, especially acrobatic plus on a card like this. Very strange, but on base stats, his card isn't even bad. I do think this card stats are decent if you have got better playstyles and also better skills on Wii foot. But with that being said, I don't think this card is necessarily a usable card past January. I feel like he's very average. So overall for him, I'm going to put him in C tier, to be honest. So next on the list is Del Piero. Now, Del Piero has always been quite a cool icon for me. 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, finesse plus. Unfortunately, not the most agile card, but that technical kind of saves him. He's not even that bad of a card overall. If technical plus wasn't nerfed, he would probably be up there. is probably be like an A tier card, but with that being said, it is a little bit more mid now. He's got good alternatives to be fair, and this card stats in itself aren't bad, but I just don't feel like he's as usable as what he was with the Finesse Plus. So I'm going to put him in B tier, unfortunately. I don't think he's any higher than that, if I'm being real. I just feel like he's very mediocre. Now next up for me is Grinch. Now Grinch has always been a nice usable icon. Unfortunately has Tricks Plus, which I feel like it ruins a lot of cards this year. I feel like they could be utilised on like Technical Plus or something like that. I just feel like Trickster is only meant for like the smaller games. But 5-star skills, good pace, shooting, passing, dribbling especially. Obviously right-sided only. Really good card overall though. I really think he's actually a good card. So overall, I'm going to put him in A tier. That is a very, very fair score. I don't think he's an S tier card, but he is still a very, very good A tier card at that. Now next up on the list is Butcher Grainer. Now Butcher Grainer is quite a cool icon. 3-star skills, 5-star weak for Technical Plus, Quick Step, Travella, Finesse. Got quite a few good playstyles. Unfortunately, he can only play the narrow. Actually has really good stats. So got a 92 pace, 94 finishing, 90 agility. Overall, really nice card, especially that Technical Plus. But with the 3-star skills, you don't really want to be utilising that. He's very, very predictable in and around the box because obviously you can only really utilise that R1 dribbling. But with that being said, he is a B tier card and he's a very good B tier card at that, to be fair. Now next up is Dennis Bergkamp, a very good player on his day when he was playing in the Premier League. But with that being said, he's not very good in FIFA. 4-star skills, 4-star weak isn't bad. Playstyles, he has a few good ones like the Travella, Incisive, Finesse. But overall, the actual stats in itself aren't amazing. Low pace, low agility, low stamina. Overall, it just amounts up and he's not really the best of cards. So overall, I'm going to put him in C tier. I don't think I'm any higher than that because I do think he is not that good of a card realistically. So next one for me is Van Basten. Now Van Basten is a little bit of a weird card because he's got good characteristics about the card like the Technical, Travella, Finesse. But also the finishing as well is very, very deadly in this card. But overall, I just don't think he's really up there for the level of the standard of the game. 3-star skills, not that good agility for the height, the stamina. So overall for this, I don't think I can put him any higher than the C tier card. He's still not that bad compared to some of the other C tier cards. But overall, I just don't think he's that amazing. Now, next up for me is Samuel Eto'o. Now, Samuel Eto'o is such a good card in this game. Quick Step Plus, Technical, Travella, Finesse, really good attributes. The shooting, the pace, 4-star, 4-star, high, low. Unfortunately, doesn't have the best of stats with the passing in terms of the 5-star skills. A little bit more agility, but overall, he's a very, very good striker. I don't really think he can compete with the S tier cards. That is why he's going to go into the A tier for me. But don't get that wrong, he is still an amazing, amazing striker and probably one of the best icon ones going, but I just don't think he's to the level of the others, you know? Now next up for me is Ronaldinho. What a card this is. 5-star skills, 4-star weight for high-low work rates. Look at the stats. 91 pace, 89 shooting, 90 passing, 95 dribbling. Really good stats overall. Got good alternatives as well so you can play anywhere so it's not limiting you. And look at the playstyles as well. The only issue I have with this card is the fact he has Trickster Plus, his Playstyle Plus. I feel like it's a little bit wasted in terms of like a Technical Plus or something like that. But with that being said, that doesn't take away from the card. He is still an S tier card, a very amazing card, and honestly will win you a lot of games. Now next up is Shevchenko. Now Shevchenko isn't really one of the desirable icons in this game. If you do get him out of an icon pack or pick, you're not particularly happy, and I think I speak for pretty much everyone in the game. So the stats, he's got decent pace, decent shooting, the dribbling is very, very mid, the passing's below average, the physicals are again below average, not got many playstyles or alternate positions that are amazing. 3-star skills as well. Overall, he's just not really a particularly usable card. There's a lot of gold cards are better than this, so you don't really want to be spending that 100k for the card. So overall, he is a D tier card, unfortunately. Now next up is a bit of the same thing. Alan Shearer, 3-star, 3-star this time, not even the 4-star weak foot. Good shooting, not even the best of pace. Dribbling and passing are below average. The physicals aren't necessarily bad, to be fair, and he is that type of card to be more of like a hold up and a strength kind of card rather than run it through and then score it on your own. I feel like he's more of like a in the box kind of passer and shooter. But with that being said, I don't think he's an amazing card. Playstyle's not got much. Alternative only play the centrally. As I said, 3-star, 3-star. He is probably one of the worst D tier cards on the list, and I do apologise for using him. He's just very average, and everyone can say that really. He's just not an amazing card to be using. Now next up for me is quite a cool one, quite an interesting one. Rivaldo. So he's medium low, 6'1", 4-star skills, 2-star weak foot is a very big issue with the card. Now, he's got good stats overall, good playstyles as well, good alternate position. The only thing that really lets this card down is that weak foot. Now, if you can play past that, he's actually not even that bad of a card. But because of that weak foot, you are very stuck on what you can do, because you can only really go into that left foot, which a good player will mark that out. So unfortunately for me, I am going to have to put him as a B tier card. I don't think he's an A tier card because of that, just purely because you can only be shifted onto one side. But as I've already said, the playstyles are really good, especially that technical plus. This guy feels really, really smooth and nimble on that R1 dribbling. Now, next up for me is a very, very cool one again. It is Eric Cantona. Now, we'll start off 6'2", high medium work rate, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Got very, very good playstyles. He's got incisive, he's got technical, he's got Travell, he's got first touch, especially for someone that's tall. That's very necessary. Really good stats. Unfortunately, going to play centrally. Now, there is one issue with this card which really does let it down, in my opinion. The fact he's got flair plus as his playstyle plus, it's just very, very annoying to me. I would want more like a technical on that, and he honestly could be near to the top tier, but I just don't think he's to the level of the S tier cards. But he's very, very good without that playstyle plus, but if he had it, he'd be even better. But he is an A tier card. Now, next up for me is one of the most notorious icons on FIFA. It is the Benfica man himself, Eusebio. Now, he's 5'9", really good height, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, another good desirable thing. Really good stats overall in passing, shooting, dribbling, etc. All of them very, very consistent. And I have the 92 version here, so I obviously know how good this card is. Unfortunately, he doesn't have too many playstyles, which is a little bit annoying on the card of this caliber. But he does have important ones like rapid and quick step, so they are very nice. And overall, he is just obviously an S tier card. You would want a few alternatives, because I do struggle with that at times. Maybe like a right wing, just so you can get like a Mbappe, R9 and Eusebio in. But with that being said, it is still a very, very overall well-rounded card. So next up for me is Gerd Muller. Now, Gerd Muller, honestly, was one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent shooter, in my opinion, as an icon, when the finesse shot was as good as it was. Now, I'm not saying it's bad now. It's just obviously a little bit more nerfed now. It's post-patch. But with that being said, he's got really good pace split, really good shooting. Honestly, so clinical on both feet. 4-star, 4-star. Unfortunately, doesn't have many alternate positions. But with that being said, like I said, he's a very, very clinical card in front of goal. So if you need someone that's going to finish all your chances and you're struggling, I do recommend him. But he is, unfortunately, a B tier card for me. I don't think I'm going to give him any higher than that, purely because of some lacking attributes in there. Now, next up is the Arsenal man himself, Ian Wright. Now, 3-star skills, 4-star weave, doesn't start it off very well. Playstyles, he has one nice one in rapid, but unfortunately, again, doesn't have many particularly good ones, or any at all, really. Obviously, he can only play striking centre forward, which again is an annoying one. And the stats itself, so the pace and shooting are actually quite good if you're going to use him for purely that. But everything else is very, very lacklustre. So it's just one of them icons which is very, very average. There's nothing particularly amazing about them, but there's nothing particularly that bad. They're just very average and mediocre. So for that comment, I'm going to put him in a D tier. Unfortunately, he's one of the better D tier cards, but that's just the best of a bad bunch, really. I don't really recommend you using this card at all. Now, next up for me is Van Nistelrooy. Now, Van Nistelrooy is another one of them cards which isn't up to the level of the game, really, in my opinion. 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Very bad start. Playstyles, actually not too bad. He has a few weird ones like bruiser and acrobatic, but with that being said, he has first touch, he has rapid, he has finesse, so he's got a few good ones linked in there. Really good finishing, but overall it's just a very average card. So overall, I think he is going to be a C tier card. I don't think I'm going to be higher or lower, because I don't think he can compete with any of the B tier cards, but I also don't think he's as bad as the D tier cards on there. Now, next card is going to be Ian Rush. Now, Ian Rush is probably one of the worst icons in the game, in my opinion. So, 3-star, 4-star isn't necessarily a bad start. It's just obviously not an amazing start. Playstyles, Travell is a nice one. First touch plus is a nice one as well. But other than that, these are quite average. Shooting stats, again, the only one that is really good is finishing. The others are just mediocre. Passing, pace, dribbling. You just don't want any of these stats as a striker. And especially as you only play the striking centre forward, he's just unusable to an extreme, really. So he is obviously a D tier card. I don't think this card even stable with the chemistry style, in my opinion. I think he's generally just a fodder card, in my opinion. Now, next up is an icon I actually quite enjoyed when I used him at the start of the game. I generally thought he was actually quite surprising. Now, there's one specific reason for that, and it's that technical. So he doesn't really seem that agile with those dribbling attributes, but We've seen 6 foot tall, that technical moved really nicely with that R1 dribbling, really good shooting, Trivela Plus is nice, and obviously a few nice attributes here and there, 4-star, 4-star, but with that being said, he is going to go into the C tier. He's obviously not a B tier card, he's not as good as the level of the others, but with that being said, he is one of the better C tier cards on there. He definitely did surprise me, and I honestly wasn't even too mad about the card. I genuinely think it was okay. Now next up is a card that was very, very, very good at the start of the game, when the finesses were obviously as OP as they were. Gianfranco Zola, so 4-star, 4-star, finesse plus technical, Trivela, all these attributes really good. The finishing is good in itself. The dribbling doesn't even feel that low because he's 5'6" and obviously has technical. Overall, I didn't even mind this card. I genuinely thought he was actually quite good. Obviously now he's been nerfed a little bit. He's not going to be as good because that was his main standout point. But with that being said, he is still a usable card. So overall, I'm going to put him as a C tier card in my opinion. Now, Closer for me is a very weird icon on FIFA, especially this year. Now you can see in depth on like playstyles and stuff like that. So the playstyles he has, aerial, which obviously is 6 foot tall, is going to be quite nice with 91 jumping. Quick Step's quite an interesting one because that acceleration, so he definitely bursts away from defenders, stuff like that, but he doesn't have any shooting traits or anything like that, like technical, so he is going to be a little bit stiff on the ball, especially being 6 foot tall with that agility, but he is very, very clinical with that 4-star weak foot and that 92 finishing in front of goal, but overall, I just don't think he's that amazing of a card. So, unfortunately, I am going to put him as a D tier card. I just don't think he's the level as the C tier card, but then again, I also don't think he's that terrible to some of the other levels. Now next up is a very, very nice icon this year, JSzonda. Now he has the Rapid Plus, he has Quick Step, he has Trivela, he has the 5-star skills, 4-star weak for really good pace, really good shooting, good agility, good balance, good everything like that. He's just a very, very good nimble card on the ball, and he, especially since he can play striker, right mid and right wing, so he does have a nice variety to be fair. There's only one category I can really put a card like this. If you don't know, try him. He's an S tier card. He is one of the icons which I feel like is very underrated in terms of the S tier cards, because obviously everyone knows the R9s, Cruyffs and stuff like that, but this card is exceptionally good in the game. The next one for me is quite a cool one, I think. Henry. So he's 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now, he's 6'2", right? Which makes him Rapid Plus really, really good, because obviously sprint speed is very, very good on a Rapid Plus card. And especially since he has finesse and Trivela and first touch, which definitely helps someone that's this height. The agility isn't bad. I would want technical just to make him a little bit smooth on it. But that being said, he is still a very, very nice well-rounded icon. Really good shooting, pace, passing's decent in itself. Dribbling, as I've already talked about, is okay. And his stamina is obviously really good. And he has good playstyles. So, overall for Henry, I'm going to put him as an A tier card. He's very, very good and can definitely compete at the top level. I just don't think he's as good as the S tier cards in the game. The next one for me is Hernandez. Now, Hernandez is a little bit of a weird one. If he had like a Quick Step Plus or a Rapid Plus, I reckon this guy could succeed at quite a high tier. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, really good pace and shooting. I mean, the shot power isn't amazing, but with that being said, the actual shooting in itself on that strong foot is not bad. Passing and physical are very low in my opinion. Doesn't have any alternate playstyles, but does have stuff like Trivela and quite high agility, especially since he's 5'9", that'll be really nice. But unfortunately, I am going to have to put him as a C tier card. It is around his level, because if you look at some of the other cards on that category, he is around their level. But I just, as I said, if he had like Quick Step Plus or something like that, he would definitely excel to a higher tier. Next up is Georgie Best. Now, George Best is a very consistent card overall, as you can see by some of these stats. He's 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, medium. Now, the playstyles, he has a very, very nice one in Technical Plus. He also has Quick Step, which is another nice one. Doesn't have any shooting ones, unfortunately. But with that being said, I don't think it necessarily matters on a card like this. Alternate positions, he has a lot of really nice ones, both sides and also cam, which I find really good on this card. Really good pace, shooting, dribbling. Also has decent passing and also stamina. So overall, he's just a very consistent card overall. And I definitely think he is warranted of that A tier category. So next up is going to be Hernan Crespo. Now he actually has quite a few nice attributes about this card. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now he's got decent pace, decent shooting, not even that bad agility on a card that's 6 foot tall. The thing that lets him down most, I feel, on this card is definitely that passing, that stamina, and the playstyles, or the lack of playstyles, shall I say. It's just very lackluster. He's an aerial threat, and that's really it. Power header plus, aerial and acrobatic. These are really attacking based heading ones, but overall he's just not got any like Quick Step or anything like that. So overall he is unfortunately going to be a D tier card in my opinion. Next up is El Nino Fernando Torres. Now, if you look at the card in depth, the pace really good, the shooting decent, the dribbling decent itself, the passing and also the stamina aren't amazing. But if you go look at the playstyles up the top, finesse plus really nice, Travella, quick step and rapper, which make the card very, very fast in game. 4-star skills, 4-star weave, as I said. Really good card overall. Unfortunately, it was a little bit nerfed when that post patch came out of finesse. But I still think he's a viable card. I still think he's usable. So he is going to be a B tier card in my opinion. Now next up for me is going to be John Barnes. Now John Barnes is 6 foot tall, got that 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now on stats, he's actually quite nice and well rounded. Has good strength, has good agility, has technical plus to go with it, has good passing, not bad shooting, want a little bit more shot power, but with a hunter it will get boosted, and also has not bad pace. Now if you go over to his playstyles, again, all of these but Flair are very, very effective in EAFC. Really, really good playstyles overall. Not bad attributes. And honestly, I think he's actually not a bad card. But I don't think he's any higher than any of the B tier cards on there. So I am going to put him as a C tier card in my opinion. One of the harsher ones out there. But I just don't think he can compete to the level of the other ones. The next one on the list is Patrick Kluivert. Now, Patrick Kluivert is notorious for not being that amazing of a icon in FIFA. 4-star skills, 4-star weave is quite nice. Now, if you look at his stats, not the best pace, not the best passing, not the best dribbling, and not the best physical. The only ones redeeming there is that Travella with that shooting. But with that being said, you can't expect to be a really good icon with just that. So he is a D tier card. The playstyles are just not up to the standard of other icons in the game, and even that playstyle plus, you're not going to be utilising it that much, to be honest, especially in this year's FIFA. The next one on the list is Luis Figo. Now, Luis Figo has obviously really nice attributes overall. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. On stats, really good stats overall. 89 pace, 84 shooting, 86 passing, 9 shooting. Just a very consistent card. Has a few alternatives. He's a little bit like Best in my opinion. Now, if I was comparing, I think Best is a little bit better overall. But with that being said, he has Travella. He has technical plus. Doesn't have finesse or rapid or anything like that. He has a few weird ones like whip pass and all that. But with that being said, I am still going to stick him as an A tier card. I do think he's actually a really good card, but lacking a few playstyles here and there to put him any higher. Now next up is Wayne Rooney. Now Wayne Rooney has quite a lot of good characteristics about the card. Good pace, good shooting, not bad passing, dribbling's okay, and same with the physical. Very consistent, a little bit like John Barnes. Now, the 3-star skills don't really help this card, especially with agility and no technical. And he doesn't really move the best for someone that's this high. But that 4-star weak foot with the shooting, with the finesse as well, the Travella, all of these are very, very nice attributes. And he's very, very deadly in front of goal. But as I've just said, I don't think he's a consistent card in terms of dribbling and like that. So I am going to put him as a C tier card, unfortunately. Now, next up on the agenda is Michael Owen. Now, Michael Owen, Ballon d'Or winner, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, not the best of starts. Now, playstyles, he actually has the nice ones. Unfortunately, the playstyle plus is the only one that's not really a nice one. Finesse, quick step, and rapid are nice combos. Now, the shooting and the pace are very good in this card. Now, the agility in itself, especially as he's 5'8", isn't actually bad. I didn't actually mind this card when I used him. I didn't think he was that bad, especially not a D tier level card. That is exactly why I'm going to put him as a C tier card. I don't think he's that level, but with more playstyles, better passing and stuff like that, I would maybe consider him a B tier, but I just don't think he's that level at the minute. Now, next up for me is one of the most notorious names in football, names in FIFA. You know who this is. I'm not going to talk too much about him. Stats are amazing. Playstyles are amazing. Doesn't have Travella, but technical, quick step, incisive pass, which is nice, finesse, 5-star skills. You know what this card's like. He's obviously one of the most S tier cards in the game. There's not really much you can argue about this card. All of it's pretty near perfect. He's not as good as R9 in my opinion, but he's still very, very good and one of the top 5 cards in the game. Now next up is one that actually didn't even feel that bad after the nerf of the finesse. He's got finesse plus, he's got technical, he's got quick step, got Travella, got really nice shooting attributes, 5-star weak foot, so he's very unpredictable, nice agility, nice passing, overall a very, very consistent striker. And if you have that, I think it's 92 now, I can't remember what, the SBC one. If you have him, very good dub to you. He's a very good card. Very, very consistent as well. I found this card very clinical in front of goal. So, he is obviously an A tier card. I don't think anyone can argue with that. If he had maybe something else in terms of like passing like that, maybe more high or 5-star skills, but other than that, I don't think I can put him any higher than that. Now, next up is a new card to the game. It's Mia Hamm, and she's come into FIFA, and she's been one of the best cards of the game straight away. I don't get this. Anyway, So, 92 pace, 93 shooting, 86 passing, 92 dribbling, really good physicals as well, alternate positions galore, playstyles galore. Honestly, 5-star, 5-star, like, look at this card, and she's just been absolute plowed into FIFA as one of the best icons on the game, which I don't really agree with. Power Shot Plus, obviously really good in itself. Honestly, third best card in the game, in my opinion. She's so good. Obviously an S tier card. You don't need to even hear that from me. You'll know that by just looking at the card itself. Next up being the Prince of Goals, Raul. Now he's 4-star skills, 4-star weight for left-footed for a change, because I know a lot of icons, especially attackers, are right-footed. I don't know if you know that, but a lot of them are. Really good playstyle, technical, quick step, Travella, finesse plus as well. Good pace, good shooting, a very, very consistent on both feet shooting, especially then Travella's as well. Dribbling is also quite nice, same with stamina. Very consistent card overall. Now, do I think he's worth an A tier? I don't. I think he's a B tier card, but he's a very, very high B tier card, and I reckon he's still usable until around February time, in my opinion. Next up is the easiest one out of the lot, the R9, the best card in the game. R9, Mbappe, Mia Hamm, the player of the month, obviously. I don't think anyone can argue that. 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, the biggest S tier card in the game. 94 pace, 94 shooting, 94 dribbling, quick step plus, technical finesse. Such a good card overall. It doesn't even matter that he's got only striker centre forward. You're only going to play him up front. I wish he had a few more playstyles, if I'm being honest, or maybe a little bit more passing overall. But that's just being a little bit nitpicky. He is so clinical, so amazing, fast, nimble, agile. What more do you want out of R9, really? Now, next up for me is a card I've already packed this year. I already packed him out when I got packed. Now, I actually quite liked him. There's just a few let-down attributes about him, but we'll go through them now. So, 4-star skills, obviously nice. 3-star weak foot is very, very annoying in my opinion. Now, he does have Travella to get him out of those sticky situations when he's on that weak foot, to Travella it near post on that strong foot, because that is an issue when against a good player. Good pace, good shooting, good passing. Overall, very consistent card. I just don't think he's to the level of an S tier. You want 5-star skills and a better weak foot. So over him, I am going to put him as an A tier card. I think that's pretty obvious. I think that's probably one of the easiest A tier cards I can rank in the game, really. Now, I was heavily debating whether I put Socrates as an attacker, because a lot of people play him a little bit more deep, like Tex does, but he is an attacker looking at the stats. So, 82 pace, 88 shooting, 89 passing, 88 dribbling, and 80 physicals. On paper, looks like quite a nice well-rounded card. Now, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, has a few nice playstyles as well. Unfortunately, he can only play they can, which is a little bit frustrating in my opinion, though he is quite tall, so that agility isn't going to feel like that in game. But with that being said, I do think he's a B tier card. He's not to the level of those A tier cards because he's a little bit stiff with that height. But he is also better than those C tier cards out there. So I think that's fair. The next one is Gary Lineker. Now, Gary Lineker is obviously one of the most mid-tier cards in the game. That's actually a very optimistic thing to say. 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, again, off to a bad start. The finishing is really, really good on this card. The pace, again, isn't bad. It's a lot of these lower tier cards, like the D tier cards. So I'm already rude. He's a D tier card. A lot of these cards don't really have anything but shooting and pace. It's all just a little bit average after that. The playstyle's 1 and it's chip plus, so again, not good. Also going to play striker centre forward, so overall for this, it's just not consistent. The next one for me is another new icon. It's Prinz. Now, Prinz is a very weird card because she's got good aerial ability in terms of aerial plus, power header, but she's 5'10". With good jumping, it just doesn't really work in my head. Now, she's a very clinical shooter, doesn't have any playstyles for shooting, again, so another weird attribute about the card. Not the fastest, not the best of passing. Obviously, do the simple short ones, 4-star weak foot, but overall, she is also a D tier card. I just feel like that agility is too low, especially on a person that's 5'10" of stature. It just doesn't work out for me. Now, next up is Georgie Hadji. Now, Georgie Hadji, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, off to a good start. Playstyles, technical, incisive pass. The shooting ones aren't amazing, they're like dead ball, and I'm not really a dead ball specialist. Power shot plus, actually quite good. Chip shot, I don't really use it often. I don't think chips are amazing. Now, this actual attributes, 82 pace, 86 shooting, 88 passing, 88 dribbling. Overall, they're not amazing, they're not bad. It's a consistent card, don't get me wrong, but it's not a consistent card that you should really be using at this stage. I feel like he's a little bit outdated, so overall, he is a C tier card in my opinion. Now for the last one, it's Smith. Now Smith, for me, I've used her this year. She's a little bit weak, but other than that, 4-star skills, 4-star weak for good pace, good shooting, good passing, good dribbling. Overall, quite consistent. She doesn't have any good play styles, which is a little bit unfortunate in my opinion. You do want like a quick step or rapid plus or something like that. But overall, on base stats, she's actually quite good. So overall, I'm going to put her as a B tier card. I think she fits in perfectly in that category because she's not as bad as the C tier ones, but she's also not as good as the A tier ones. But with that being said, I do think she's quite consistent on it overall. But that's all for this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Now, obviously, this is a different kind of video for me, so I might be a little bit bad at the start. I tried to do one of the best categories that a lot of people will enjoy. So, if you did enjoy, please like, subscribe. If you want to do any particular videos, let me know down in the comments down below. But I've got nothing more to say, so I'll see you in the next video, and peace out, guys.